Hello, everybody. It's Bo Kaufman, Remax Performance Realty. I've been doing this for about 17 years now, and I can tell you that the start of this spring market is the nuttiest I've ever seen. So we will talk about the real estate market and finish our conversation with Mike Schroeder about tips for divorcing couples, all on episode 152 of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast.
You're listening to the Bo Knows Real Estate Podcast. Tips and advice for home buyers, sellers, and owners with award-winning RE/MAX agent, Bo Kaufman.
So if you're in Winnipeg and you're even remotely interested in buying or selling a house or a condo, you've probably heard some of the stories of houses selling for $60,000 or $80,000, even $100,000 above asking price. I can tell you that those stories are not exaggerated. The reason that's happening is we have a severe lack of housing on the market right now. It was a continuation from last fall when the listings just stopped coming. We're seeing the same thing right now. Normally we'd have about 1,200 houses. We have only about 600 this morning. And so you hear stories of this little 1,000-foot bungalow in Crescentwood. It was really nice. It was a 1950s house, extremely updated. Super nice, super modern looking. They asked $400,000. They got $520,000 with 21 offers. And even the larger houses are getting in on the multiple bidding. So there's a house out in Birds Hill that was $480,000. They got $580,000. So this is happening in houses, just about anything below $500,000. So if you're looking to sell right now would be the time to get it on the market. So last episode, we talked to Mike Schroeder about divorcing couples and some of the options they have. And today we're going to finish up with a phone call with him. But first up, we're going to do the market analysis, market update, and I'll show you how many houses there are on the market, how many have sold in the last month. And as I said, this is definitely a very strong seller's market in just about all price categories. That's coming up right away. So let's take a look at the overall market conditions as they are on March 1st, 2021. Right now, we have 577 houses available. That's houses in all price ranges. Compare that to 1,131 same time last year. So it's about half as many available as there was a year ago. Condos, similar picture. 431 condos available right now in Winnipeg compared to 561 last year. Now, while inventory available listings is down, sales are actually up. Not so much in the lower price ranges. So take a look at houses under $250,000. In February, we sold 105 with another 23 pending. Means that they're just waiting for some conditions to finalize. Most of the pending ones turn into final sales. Not all, but most of them do. Compare that to 132 sales in January this year and the same 132 sales last year, February. But looking at the higher price ranges, actually Winnipeg's most active price ranges are between $250,000 and $500,000. In February, we sold 321 houses with another 59 pending. If those go final, that would be 380 houses sold compared to 272 last month and compared to 229 in February of 2020. So you can see available listings way down, sales way up. And you know what that does? That's why right now we're hearing stories and we're seeing examples of houses that are selling $60,000, $80,000 over asking. Condos, similar picture. In February, we sold 52 condos under $250,000 with another 35 pending. If that finalizes, that would make it a total of 87 condos sold under $250,000 compared to 72 last month and 66 last year, February. Condos over $250,000, we sold 44 in February with another 22 pending, compared to 47 total sales in January and only 40 in February last year. So let's break all that down into the 4 different categories. First, houses under $250,000. There isn't many available right now. It's 135 available right now, which compares to 132 a month ago. Compared to the same time last year, there was 312. So less than half of what there was last year. The solds are keeping up pretty much in pace in this price range. Sold 105 plus 23 pending, makes it 128 potential sales in February compared to 132 in January and 132 the year before, same time. We put the sales and the availables together and we come up with something called inventory levels. This basically means that if there are no further listings, which at this rate is entirely possible because the listings are way down compared to a year ago, But if everybody stopped listing their house, it would take right now 32 days to sell everything that's out there. Last month was 30 and last year was 30. So those are really hot market. The lower the number, the hotter the market. Moving up in price range, we get into Winnipeg's most popular price range. The average house right now is around $350,000. So taking a look at house sales, taking a look at house availability from $250,000 to $500,000. Right now we have 249 houses available compared to 195 last month, but compared to 521 last year same time. Again, less than half of what we had last year. For solds, way up. In February 2021, we sold 321 houses plus 59 pending. So if that finalizes, makes it 380 compared to January 2021 when we sold 272 and February last year, 296. So again, sales way up, inventory way down. And we can see that perfectly reflected in this inventory level in days on market. Right now, we're down to 20. Remember, the lower the number, the hotter the market. Last month was relatively very hot, 21. Last year, same time, 53. Okay, so now let's turn to condos under $250,000. Right now, we have 232 available, just a little bit more than 224 a month ago, but considerably down from 306 a year ago. Sales, again, just like houses, sales are up compared to inventory. Sold condos under $250,000. In February, we sold 52 plus another 35 that are pending. That would make it 87 sales compared to 72 in January and compared to 66 in February last year. And we can see that is perfectly reflected in the inventory level chart here. Right now, we're down to 80 days. Last month, we were at 93, and a year ago, we were at 139 days. So even condos are speeding up, but compared to houses, which are in the 20-day range, you can see why condos do take a little bit longer. So if you're trying to sell a condo in Winnipeg, I urge patience. It does take a little bit longer. And the last category we're looking at are condos over $250,000. Now, unlike houses, where I went from $250,000 to $500,000, I just went condos anything over $250,000 because there's very few that are in the $1 million range. So right now, condos over $250,000, we have 199 available compared to 179 a month ago, but also down from 255 last year, same time. Sales, again, just like houses, sales are up compared to previous periods. In February 2021, we sold 44 with another 22 pending. That would make it 66 if they all finalize, compared to 47 in January and compared to 40 in February last year. And just like all the other categories, we can see that the inventory levels are dropping. 90 days right now compared to 114 a month ago and down from 191 a year ago. If you'd like to see some of the slides that go along with this presentation or with this audio, go to my blog. Simply go to bonos.homes/market, and it'll take you to see some of the visuals that are included. As you may recall, last episode we talked to Mike Schroeder about some of the options that divorcing couples have about financing their home so that one person can buy out the other. Mike has some more information for divorcing couples, and so let's give him a call right now.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Mike, it's Bo Kaufman, Remax. How are you doing?
Hey, doing well. How was your weekend, Bo?
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Spring is here. Not just in the weather, but in the market as well. And you and I talked a couple of weeks ago about divorcing couples and options that they have to buy each other out. Can you just refresh me on that?
Sure. So the key point is that if you're going through a divorce, you do not have to sell your home. You may be able to refinance it up to 95% of what it's worth to pay out the spouse. And so if you have children and it's important for your children for stability to stay in the home that you're in, there are options that means you don't have to sell it. So it can be a great option for people going through a divorce.
Okay, awesome. You have some more information on the same topic.
Sure. So one of the key things going to be is that before you sign that final separation agreement, talk to your mortgage professional. The reason is that you may be able to use the proceeds from the home, from the refinance, to pay out joint debt. So if you have a $20,000 credit card, the two of you share together, you may be able to have that paid out of the proceeds from the home, allowing you both to start off your new single life with much better credit reports.
Okay.
And the second point to that is going to be, is again, talking to your mortgage professional about how much child support and spousal support you pay. Because if one spouse wants to buy out the other, but you set the spousal support as being too high, they may not qualify for the mortgage. And you don't want to have to go back to your lawyer after the agreement is all signed and change numbers. So when you're in that negotiating phase, that is the time to talk to your mortgage professional to make sure that you can qualify for the mortgage you want to. So it's about being proactive.
Okay, and the takeaway here is that you make the mortgage professional part of your plans as much as your lawyer is, to make them part of the divorcing plans and the financing plans.
Exactly. Because too often I find that lawyers simply don't know what options for mortgages you have. It's no different than mortgage brokers not knowing what your legal options are. So you want to have a professional team together, your realtor to give you house advice, your lawyer to give you legal advice, your insurance broker to give you insurance advice, and your mortgage broker to give you mortgage advice. You have that team together, you're going to be set to go to get you the best financing possible.
Okay. You touched on something before, and you mentioned like when kids want to stay in the house. Have you heard of this? Somebody sent me an article a little while back called bird nesting. So let's just take as an example. So let's just say husband and wife are divorcing. The wife ends up staying in the house. The husband gets partial custody, and the kids are bounced back and forth. What they're talking about, and apparently they're doing this in the States now, is instead of bouncing the kids back and forth, it's the husband and wife that are bouncing back and forth. The kids stay in the house. 1 week, the wife lives in the house. The next week, they trade places. They rent a space somewhere else, and they basically trade off. So the husband comes home, lives in the house for a week while the wife lives in the rented condo or whatever. So it's less stress on the kids. I'd never heard of that before. I thought it was just such a neat concept.
It sounds like a nice solution to give the kids stability, which is what you want. I've got 4 children of my own. Having a stable environment for them is so important.
So the only thing it takes is an amicable breakup, right? So husband and wife got to be on the same page for that.
Exactly.
How can people get a hold of you, Mike?
Sure. So you can give me a call on my cell phone. My direct number is 204-229-3214. My email address is mortgage@mikeschroeder.ca. My associate is actually my wife. She's my partner in business. And so you can actually find us as well on Facebook and Instagram at Your Mortgage Couples. We post all our new information on there as well.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much. Very interesting talk again, just like always. And I look forward to talking to you next time.
Sounds good. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Mike. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back after this short announcement.
Darcy's Animal Rescue Center in Winnipeg is a charitable organization which helps save and protect our four-legged friends. Since its start 15 years ago, Darcy's has saved and found new homes for over 10,000 cats and dogs in our city. Darcy knows pets. Bo Kaufman of Remax Performance Realty is a proud supporter of Darcy's Animal Rescue and now makes this special offer. Buy or sell your house or condo in Winnipeg using Bo as your agent, and he'll donate $250 towards Darcy's ARC if you mention this offer. Call Bo Kaufman to help you sell or buy your next home in Winnipeg. Bo knows real estate.
I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast. You may have noticed I've gone a couple of weeks without publishing. It is getting quite busy right now, so I may have to switch to a once every 2 weeks type of format. It's definitely a spring market right now. If you're looking to sell, like I said, right now is perfect time to sell. And if you're looking to buy, give me a shout, because there are things that we can do to make sure that you go to the head of the class when you're making an offer and you're competing against 15 other people. So there are ways, obviously, to win these bidding wars, and give me a shout if you're serious, or if you want to hold off for a couple of months, that's fine too. Call me so that at least we can discuss how to maybe repair your credit or improve your credit. There are things you can do when you're 2 or 3 months away from making an offer. So until the next episode, it's been Bo Kaufman, Remax Performance Realty. Till next time. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Bo Kaufman of Remax Performance Realty. Are you thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Call Bo at 204-333-2202. Remember, Bo knows real estate.